had somebody and you knew they was right.
Good morning. I know it's early, but let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get my day started by letting y'all know how I feel about the Bobby Brown movie. First of all, Tenderoni, the remix version of Bobby Brown, Rollin', 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 rock, make me sweet love. I love that version over the original. Because I saw in the studio, he was like, let me do my thing. And it was like, well, we'll just put on the remix. Well, and let me say, what was up with Babyface's hair? It was like curl juice everywhere. But seriously, I like the remix version better. Okay? With that being said, I went back and watched the first hour because I missed the first hour yesterday. I feel like the first hour of part 1 was better than the second hour of part 2. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with that. I enjoyed him singing the show and doing performances. The one thing I will say, in the Don't Be Cruel performance, Bobby Brown he gave his all to his performance. Like, he had this real raspy voice, you know, he also had this kind of a high voice, falsetto. The boy imitates Bobby Brown very well, but he didn't give his don't be cruel, you know, the extra on it to me. But now, he didn't give me that extra. So that's what I could say. And the performances were good, but like I said, he sounded like him. And when Bobby Brown was younger, he did have a falsetto tone, but as he got older, especially in them Don't Be Cruel days, he still had that high voice, but he also had that raspy voice behind it. So, I don't know. That's what I said about part 1. I'm going to finish it up because I didn't watch the first hour. And I did my review on part 1 yesterday. The other day. Anyway, part 2. Like I said, Roni, I'm with the remix. I'm with it, okay? I think part 2 was better. Him playing the older Bobby Brown, I felt was better. I felt like he just felt more comfortable in it. I don't know. I still feel like the Whitney that was on there acted like something was wrong with her. Like the.
Yo, I said fix it. Come on, let's.
I don't know. I didn't really like the Whitney Houston character. I felt like the Whitney Houston character did not portray Whitney Houston very well to me. I'm sorry. I just felt like she was doing way too much. All of that extra she was doing, I didn't feel like she was really good. So I'm just going to focus on Bobby Brown and Bobby Christina's characters, because I think Bobby Christina was actually pretty good. She looked a whole lot more like Bobby Christina. Just like Bobby Brown. But I don't understand why Whitney Houston was the only character in the whole place that didn't look or sound like Whitney Houston. That's all I'm saying. And I almost forgot too in part 1. I'm gonna go back a little bit. In part 1, when they start out showing the people he lost in his life, he started out losing his grandmother, and then his one of his good friends got killed. I kind of like that scene when he goes back home and he's, of course he's selling dope. But when he's back home and going to this big old nice party and having a good time, and then of course there's this one guy there that is pretty much being a hater on him, walking by and bumping into him, and oh my bad, like you didn't see him standing there dancing with that girl, and then all of a sudden, oh hey everybody, it's Bobby Brown, and then oh you picked him over me, you couldn't pick out the other guy, all of that extra stuff. I'm pretty sure stuff like that happened to him for real, because you were 16 going back home, getting kicked out of New Edition. Part 2, he had losses in part 2 as well. He lost his parents. That was tough scenes to watch because of my own experiences. But I thought that he did really good on when he was imitating Bobby older, nasty Bobby. He kind of got close, but Bobby Brown was nasty. But he kind of, he kind of got a little close to it with the tongue and the gyrate and the grabbing and all of that. Like I said, part 2, I feel like the acting in part 2 was a lot better. Whitney Houston was still, just not good. I mean, just being honest. Showing him with his new wife and the kids. You heard so many rumors about that as far as her accepting the whole family and all that. So I don't really know about that because it's from Bobby Brown's point of view, I think. So it is what it is on that. I knew he had kids with another wife around. All this stuff was happening with losing Bobby Christina, losing Whitney Houston. And this, that whole thing with Gordon, of course, we all know about that. Him fighting Whitney Houston and fighting her. Him being upset because nobody doing anything. I actually believe stuff like that. I do, because nothing came about. And this man was around 2 women who died the same way, but yet nothing happened to him. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was unusual. The way he was talking, like I didn't even know that he was living there. I believe that. The way that in the beginning how he was shut out from his daughter, I really do believe that. I really believe that Whitney Houston camp did not want him to be a part of his daughter's life. I think people were more focused on Bobby Christina's fortune and her being connected to Whitney Houston, and her leaving whatever she left behind. I think everyone was more focused on that. And also, the biggest thing is keeping Bobby Brown away from her was the goal of the family. And I don't get why. He started a new family. I understand that, but it had nothing to do with the fact that that's his child. Nothing. I do believe they kept them apart, and that when she got older, it was like, look, this is my dad, whatever. I really do believe that. Now, I don't know if it was all like the movie says, but I do believe that there was, and that funeral scene. Well, we all know because it was all everyone was talking about it when she died. They all was showing Bobby Brown and his kids being escorted out of the funeral. I feel like this, and I've experienced things with my own dad's funeral. I feel like, to me, a funeral is not the place to do this marking my spot, my territory. I feel like for you guys, that means you're watching people walk in the funeral, for one thing, which is weird. People walking in is like guests at a freaking concert. It's a funeral. That man was married to her for a long time. And I'm pretty sure Whitney Houston had a lot to do with those kids, because she was around them. Even in the reality show, she was around the kids. So I didn't really understand the whole, I need to ask you guys to move. Then he's like, I'm not going anywhere. Well, no, you can stay here, but your entourage. I don't know if that was the word that was actually used at the time. But you got 3 kids sitting here, and you're going to tell the kids to leave and their father can stay? What kind of mess is that? I don't even know what kind of, if that was true, what kind of bodyguard, who says that to somebody at a funeral? To me, I feel like at a funeral, all these things go out the window. All these little immunos, everything go out the window. But that was just sad. But lots about the funeral, it was out in the news at the time. So I can't necessarily say that that's not a true statement, that any truth to that, because when the funeral's going on, there's a lot of controversy, and her family, to me, is very messy. They wanted to have a drama. I feel like it was always something going on. Somebody died, instead of just saying, okay, somebody died. You know what I'm saying? You're worried about this, because I'm sorry, I feel like they were worried about her fortune and the baby's fortune and who's gonna control it and blah blah blah. It's like when he went to see his daughter and she's in a coma, he's like, look, Sissy Tyson, I know you the grandma and everything, but I am the dad, okay? So I'm gonna be in charge of this situation right here. I mean, you probably ain't gonna like it, but I am her dad. So that's it. You got control of Whitney because that's your daughter. You would let me have nothing to do with it, but this is my child. So that's it. And people did say that Bobby Brown was trying to get a hold of his daughter before she died. He tried to get her to come, and change his life, and have her come stay with him. I mean, that's what people, were saying. But nobody could get through. Nobody could get to her. She was so busy hanging out with this brother. And to me, the brother, whatever his name, I feel like he was trying to get paid. He was trying to be married to Bobby Christina, so that if she died, he can get paid off. And now I don't know what happened with the Whitney thing, because he didn't get nothing off of that. Maybe he thought because he was part of the family, he would have got something. But when he saw he didn't get anything, maybe in this time around he made sure, well, let's make sure we're married. Yeah, let's make sure that we're married, so that way I can really get something out of this. He didn't get nothing even then because it was a big battle. I felt like a lot of times all this death had a lot to do with money, which is sad. And these two women lost their lives probably over some trivia, and Bobby was very sad. I understand that, but from what the movie said, which of course is allegedly, she wanted to get close to her dad and she wanted to come home. But like with most women, if you have a man in your life, I remember before she died, everybody was talking about how small she was, what was going on. All you saw was pictures of her and him together. Right before she died, that's all you saw was I remember pictures of her and him together, Bobby Christina and him. So anyway, the movie brought back the memories. It really did. And I guess that's it, honestly. The way it ended, it showed Bobby Brown living his life, being happy with his family, showing how he's moved on since losing these women. And you can't really fault this man for moving on. I feel like a lot of people fault Bobby Brown because he moved on after these women died. It's like, what do y'all want him to do? He has to survive, he has to live. He also has kids he's raising. I'm just saying that I think people want to just make Bobby Brown suffer because of what happened to these women, which he had nothing to do with. People blame him for Bobby Christina and all this kind of stuff, and I just think that blaming him it's just not. I don't really agree with that. But otherwise, I thought part 2, I did actually enjoy it. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Brought back a lot of memories. Oh my God, let me tell you something. When they were playing the Ghostbusters song, and the uncle done made it up real quick, which it's probably true. It brought back memories. Remember, my dad took me to see my dad took us to see the Ghostbusters movie, and I will never forget seeing Bobby Brown standing up there as the movie usher or whatever he was doing in the character. I remember. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They call the Ghostbusters in control. Boy, I love that song. I did love this. I had this out the tape. I had the soundtrack and everything. It just brought back a lot of good music back to me. It really made me want to download some Bobby Brown music. I'm telling you that right now. I really forgot how good that music actually was. So I'm probably going to be downloading some Bobby Brown music this weekend. So if you hadn't checked out the Bobby Brown story, you need to check it out. It was actually pretty good. I like part. Well, I'll okay. The first hour of part 1 I liked. The second hour of part 1 I did not like, and Whitney's character was way too much. Bobby, all that stuff she was doing, But anyway, I did enjoy part 2. I got into it. It was good. It was a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna be, but I thought part 2 was good. It was. So that being said, until next time, like my girl Farrah says, I'll talk to you guys later. Check out the Bobby Brown story. And one thing I want to say, do y'all think that that Janet Jackson story is true? Let me know in the comments, because I saw an old video posted on TS Instagram, and it showed Bobby Brown. He was like, yeah. Talking about Janet Jackson. I was like, oh. But see, I was young then, so I really wasn't watching all that stuff. But I'm just saying, it goes together. There was some receipts. Janet maybe didn't want everybody to know because she messed with that old Raggedy DeBarge. But I'm just saying, leave your comments below. If you watch the Bobby Brown story, and let me know what y'all think about the whole Janet, and if you're nasty. She said Janet if you're nasty. They did pretty good with the Janet. She kind of favored her a little bit, like the old Janet back in the day. She was small, had that look, the face, the cheekbones, the whole nine. I thought that was everybody was pretty much well matched, almost, kinda, except for Whitney Houston. What's up with that?